Hi, how are you? This is Adasa. Welcome to Mastering the Craft. I have a question. When should an actor get paid? I know that's a ridiculous question, isn't it? Or so it seems. I'd like to challenge even asking the question and the answer. Everybody else in the industry, in the entertainment industry would think that that would be a ridiculous question. After all, it's how we make a living. We've got families to feed. It's how we live. It's a profession like any other. Yeah, I got you. That's what this challenge is basically all about. It's about mastering the craft because it is a profession. It's a craft. But when should an actor get paid? Well, it depends. It depends on who you are, your skill, and your ability to bring value to the project, to where people will pay to see the project and or you. Let's be honest. A lot of actors think that the moment, or they're conditioned to think this, right? That the moment they come out of acting school, they are to be paid. They are a professional. And I understand that, having trained, and I've, done acting in television and film myself. So I understand that. But I think when I look at it from a producer and a director's side, and I think all producers and directors understand this, that we need results, not necessarily labor, but results. Let me give you an example. So if you do a project, okay, and you hired the actor, maybe they were good in the audition, but then when they got to set, they didn't act as well as you thought they were. They didn't fit the role. The project ends up being bad. You still paid the actor because, well, it was work. So now you're stuck with a bad performance and a bad project that you can't put out or sell because the actor didn't do so well. This is with a good script and a good crew, but it just didn't. So what do? You're out of money and you got a bad project. So economically, feasibly, it just doesn't make sense. It was right to pay the actor though, right? You paid the actor for a project you can't sell, you can't use. So here's the deal. If you are an actor that's brand new, inexperienced, or unknown, and you're trying to sell a project, right? You need to be marketable, right? Because I could walk out, for instance, I might measure you not necessarily based on your social media status, although that does help today. I don't think it should determine whether or not you're a good actor or right for the project. But let's suppose if you want to get paid top dollar, if I go outside and I ask about anywhere from 5, 10, 20 people, whether or not they know who you are, and no one tells me that they know who you are, then that means you're not worth top dollar per se. You're not worth top dollar because people won't come to see you. They're not going to pay money just to see you. The project needs to be good. That means that everybody else has got to do their part as well, right? It better be a good director. It better be good sound. It better be. But you're not determining that. But if you put Tom Cruise or if you put Denzel Washington above the marquee, people will go and see that movie just because they're in it. Those are guys that make $20 million. Now, I don't know, you can correct me in the comments. I don't know if any women that are at the $20 million mark at this point. There might be. But why do we need to pay you? Other than the fact that you're a good actor, maybe you're a great character actor, and you do very well. You do very well. You make all your projects great. You know, there was a show that came out, I think it was in the early 2000s, called Mad About You. It might have been late 90s, I don't know. And it was starring Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt. And I think maybe around the second season, maybe the third season, the show had become so popular. It was almost in the top 10 in the ratings, that they dared to negotiate, particularly Helen Hunt, that $1 million per episode, right? It was groundbreaking. It was almost unheard of, almost deemed unreasonable, but they made the show a hit. Jason Alexander, great actor from the hit show Seinfeld, had noted in an interview that it put a lot of pressure on them when they went to negotiations. It was to the point where it was like these astronomical salaries for actors. But then he had a point when he said, look, this is a hit show, groundbreaking. I will be forever associated with the character of George Costanza on Seinfeld. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain freeze there. Yeah, he was going to be forever associated with that character. So if he couldn't get work because of that, he needed to be paid in a way that he could always take care of his wife and feed his children. Right? That makes sense because he had made a name for himself and he was synonymous and just so critical to the show. But here's the thing, for the average actor who's just getting started, the novice actor, especially if you're working in independent films where there's little to no budget, look, you can't demand anything because what value do you bring? How marketable are you? It's sort of like an unfinished painting. You don't pay for an unfinished painting, you pay for the finished painting, the results. No one buys a pair of shoes when only one shoe is done, right? Both shoes have to be done, quality. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking about. Do I believe that actors can get paid? Yes. Should they? Yes. But here's the thing. Everybody works for free. At some point, they pay their dues. And when you build a great body of work, and when you're in demand, then that's when you make the decision. You make the decision to say, I should get paid. And I've got the work to back it up. I've got the demand. I've got the audience responding to me. Yes, that's when can you get paid earlier than that? Yes. But that's when you make the decision not to take on gigs for free. Don't agree to work for free and then try to back somebody in a corner to pay you because, well, you're an actor and you're worth it. No. Don't take the gig in the first place. Hold out and wait for somebody to pay you. Act according to your worth. What is your worth? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you think. What is your worth? Should actors get paid? Thank you so much for tuning in. All right.